How's it going, ladies and gentlemen of YouTube? This is Pharaoh coming back at you again with another video. And today we have the brand new Losi 1/18 scale LMT Mini. Let me tell you guys something. This thing is an absolute blast. I've ran 3 battery packs through it already and absolutely having fun with it. Now, that's not to be said that there isn't some issues with it that I'll get into here in just a minute. But, man, this thing is fun. Look at that. That is just an absolutely gorgeous truck. Looks just like the big 1/10 scale LMT. But that being said, it has a couple issues straight out the box. I'm on a Facebook group, a couple of them actually, and a couple of people were having issues with the rear differentials clicking on them. You go like this and it'll click, 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 click. Well, they're missing a shim inside their diff assembly. Well, that's not good. Quality control, come on. Speaking of quality control, another thing that was happening. Drive shafts. No, I don't think I'm going to get any better light than that. There we go. The drive shafts weren't phased. Now, if you don't know what drive shaft phasing is, I highly recommend opening a new tab on your phone or your computer, whatever you're on, and typing in RC drive shaft phasing. Watch a couple of videos, you know exactly what I'm talking about and how to do it after that. Or if you already knew how to do it, watch out for it because some of these trucks ain't coming with phased drive shafts. Another thing that's happening, which I don't blame on quality control, it's going to happen with these shocks. It happens on bigger trucks, is people are jumping them and they're overextending and busting their shocks. So there's a couple guys that come up with a couple different ideas. One, take a shoestring, cut it to 65 millimeters, and then you can attach it with a washer and some tape, however you want to do it. And then you have a shock strap limiter. So you're not going to overextend and bust your shocks. Really good idea, guys. Another thing that somebody's doing is they're going to make a moonwalk wheelie bar for the front. I already seen a picture of it. It looks really cool. It'll help so when you're doing your moonwalks, you're not dragging on your body, potentially going to break it. There's a feller that's going to make some different headers, so it's going to have the old school gravedigger look. Instead of pointing down, they're going to come up and wrap around the body like the old school Dennis Anderson gravedigger. I'm a huge fan. I'm going to get them as soon as possible because I absolutely love the old school Dennis Anderson gravedigger look. I'm a fanboy. Monster trucks are awesome. What else? When you get it, I highly recommend, if you're not getting this for your kid and, whether it's your first time owning one of these or whether you've been into the RC hobby for a long time, take your diffs apart, grease them up, grease your center diff, grease your cush drive. Trust me, it helps. I've been having this argument with people for a long time. They're like, you don't have to grease nothing. Same concept as in a real vehicle. I mean, granted, you could put diff fluid in your car, but you can't do that with these because they're not sealed. But you're not going to frickin' have metal on metal contact in your car driving down the road, are you? No, you're going to want some lube or some grease or something. I mean, I want my trucks to last a long time, so I take mine apart and grease them up. I use marine grease instead of white lithium. A lot of people like white lithium. I don't care for it. It seems to not solidify, but just disappear. It disappears inside the housing, whereas marine grease, it stays, which is really nice. Other than the shocks being a problem, people having an issue with their rear differential clicking because of that shim and the drive shafts, this little thing is a lot of fun, guys. Another little tip for people, if you don't know, take your body off, get some shoe goo and some drywall tape. You can watch a video of that on YouTube as well. That way you'll stiffen up your body because this is going to be a common spot to break. You can fix that back here. If that catches on something, that's going to rip and break. But if you shoe goo and drywall, it'll stiffen it up and make the chances of it less likely. But, other than that, so far it seems to be pretty durable. I enjoy it. I really hope it stays durable. Time will tell. We'll all see. But if that's the case, hopefully the aftermarket scene does us good. I mean, I'm sure RC, AWD, or all-wheel drive, or however you pronounce them, and Terrell and RPM or GPM rather, are going to come out with some good stuff for these, or at least I hope. I hope these are around in the aftermarket scene and the parts stay around for ever, because I love this little truck. I want to keep this one for the rest of my life. I'd like to get a 1/10 scale LMT. And it'd be really nice if somebody would come out with a hand-sized little gravedigger like this. I mean, I know Losi did it a long time ago with, I think it was called Raminator or something maybe. And you can't get them no more. If you find one, people want $600 for the darn things. But it was almost like a little itty-bitty palm-sized grader. I mean, almost the size of the battery. A little bit bigger. Maybe 2 batteries stacked up on top of each other here. It was about that size. I mean, come on. How cool is that? Now, if they can make one of those that was durable that you could keep in a backpack, I'd absolutely have one of those all day long too. Speaking of battery, I don't know if I went over this or not. I don't think I did. The battery plug that comes with it, that they said you were supposed to be able to adapt your IC2 to EC2. That is false, and yet it's also true. So I already plugged my adapter in. What you have to do is you have to file it down. Here, I'll show you on this one. Excuse the gaudiness. I haven't cleaned that up. But just file it down. Just a little bit. All the way around. And it'll plug in. Now, I plugged my adapter piece in. That way I wouldn't have to keep plugging it in and out, because it is a pain in the butt to get into the small little space to keep pulling in and out. So instead, I just use the adapter piece. Here's my Dean's. I have a Dean's battery that I use and bought an adapter for it. This way, you don't have to reach down in there constantly to plug your battery. But I hope that little bit of information helps everybody, and I'm going to throw in some running footage here in a minute. So I hope you all enjoy. Please like and subscribe. Thank you.